Hi, welcome to the January meeting edition of the Special School District of St. Louis headlines videos. I am Rebby Goebel, the Parent Advisory Council president, and I am going to try to give you the summary of January's meetings and the announcements for the coming month in about 10 minutes or less. So let's get right into it. We met actually just last night. I am really on top of things this week and filming this video the day after our meeting. Thrilled again to announce that we had 2 more new members join our Parent Advisory Council last night. So I'm super excited to see the momentum keep rolling and keep growing on adding new members and from school districts and schools that have not been represented in the last couple of years. So really exciting to get some new voices in the room. So we had a great meeting. Last night's topic was for those of us or you who are interested in setting up your own parent advisory council within your partner districts or your SSD schools. And we did a panel discussion. We had Andrew from Hazelwood and Ellen from Kirkwood, along with Deborah Fiasco from our Parent Education and Diversity Awareness group. So pretty good cross representation of some older, more established parent advisory councils to some new ones that are just trying to stand up, like Hazelwood's PAC is really just trying to reinvigorate itself this year. So, we just asked some questions about what the role was that they played. Across the board, it's usually more of that parent connection and support for parents, a way to guide parents who are new to the situation and are feeling a little bit lost. So it serves definitely a very specific and important role within the school district community. I'm not going to go over absolutely everything, but I think the biggest thing that came out of this discussion was Dr. Keenan asked if the special school district directors, so if you look at kind of the hierarchy within special school district, you've got your child's case manager, their teacher, and then over them is an area coordinator. And then if you go up another level, there is a SSD director who manages several area coordinators. For large districts, you might have a director that's focused just on your district. I think for my district, we're in a little bit smaller one, so my director oversees my district and another one, but regardless, that's where they are, and then they report directly to one of the assistant superintendents, I believe. But she asked if the directors were meeting with the leadership, whether it's formal or informal, but if they were meeting with the leadership of the district parent advisory councils. And overall, the answer was no, that is not currently happening. And Dr. Keenan says that that's actually her expectation, that it does happen. So to give you an example of what I'm talking about here, as the president of the Parent Advisory Council, I sit down with Dr. Keenan, our superintendent, and we meet 4 times a year, so roughly once a quarter, and with the rest of my executive committee, and we take a look at some concerns that have been brought up. We map out the next couple of meetings and see what the topics are going to be. How do we want to address them? Who's going to do what kind of support we need from special school district. Those types of conversations happen in a more informal situation, not with guests or other parents really involved. It's a leadership discussion. And her expectation when she was a director in different school districts in Minneapolis and Chicago, where she's come from, she has had those types of discussions with her district parent advisory council or with the school parent advisory council. And she was surprised that it's not happening. So she said she is going to address that with her directors at a meeting that they already have scheduled for next week. And then we should start to see maybe that relationship and that support change and start getting SSD support at the parent or at the partner district level. And a couple of the things that we've seen happen from a relationship like this that is working, which is came out of Hazelwood, is the special school district helps with that communication to all the parents who receive services, and helps with, they mailed out a postcard so that every parent had a physical postcard about the beginning of the year kickoff barbecue that Hazelwood had. So I think there's some resources and some support that we can get at a district level from SSD, in addition to what we might be asking our partner district for. So I think that that is a great development that came out of last night, that hopefully we'll start to see some more support happening at the partner district level. If you have any questions about the discussion, it was really informal and went everywhere, so I didn't take a whole lot of notes. But if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to email us and we can get you some more information. I did put out the request for examples, templates, samples of flyers or emails, or whatever it is that you might have used within your own partner districts to either try and get parent engagement or engage administration or engage the community if you're asking for volunteers or donations or those types of things. And we have a section on our website called Local PAC Resources. And I want that to be a template library, an example library, so that people who are starting to do this, it's a heavy lift to start a new organization from the ground up. So I want people to have examples and not have to go and reinvent the wheel. So we're going to try and put some instructions on how to set up a distribution list, or link to some YouTube videos on how to add one of those little like square QR codes to a flyer so that people can just like point their phone at it and do that. So just, we're going to try and add some tips and tricks to that section. So if you have something that you'd like to share, please email that directly to us and I will add it to our website. Okay, Dr. Keenan did give a brief superintendent update, or superintendent report, but given the holidays and 2 weeks off, nothing has really changed since December. So they're starting the budgeting process with each of the partner districts, and that will be moving forward. So maybe we'll have more of an update in February. And that leads us to really my last two announcements. Next month, our meeting is on February 12th at the central office location, and we are going to be talking about ESY, so extended school year. If your child qualifies for services over the summer, then you would be a participant in ESY. The other thing that's going to happen is, you, depending on when you watch this video, you should have gotten an email requesting your self-nomination form if you are from a specific subset of partner districts. It's written into our bylaws. This is just the way it is. And I know for some of you, you may have just joined the PAC, and I'm going to be asking you to resubmit your self-nomination form. We can't go through and manage each member and see when your 2 years, like when your 2-year membership is up. So the way that we manage it is in bulk. Every year, we ask half of our partner districts to resubmit their self-nomination forms. So some of you who have been a member a long time, you've been through this process, you know that the last time you submitted your self-nom form was 5 years ago. And so we're asking you to recommit to being a part of the Parent Advisory Council. A lot of us have joined more recently than the last 2 years. So I hate to say it, but even if you just joined last night, if you're from one of these, a specific list of districts, which I will put out in the email and maybe even include here in the notes on the YouTube video, you're going to have to resubmit your self-nomination form, and we will vote on that in April. We vote on that in April in mass, but we need to have everybody's self-nomination forms turned in by February 15th or our next meeting, which is February 12th. So you should have seen or will see an email about that here really quickly. And if you have any questions, again, email us and I can try and explain it a little bit better. So I'm sorry if you've just joined, it is double work, but it's the way our bylaws are written, so I don't have much control over that. Okay, sorry for that little break. Hopefully it's not too loud. The leaf collector guys are outside of my house. So hopefully the background noise isn't too bad. I just have 2 more announcements actually, and then we will be able to wrap this up. On February 13th, so the Thursday after our February meeting. So our meeting is on February 12th. On February 13th, SSD is hosting a summer activity fair. So you can get information about all the camps and some resources and some funding that's even available for some of these programs. And that will be, I believe, at the central office location downstairs, probably room 60 and 61 on February 13th. I will make sure to get all of the details and put that in the description of the video below. And then the other thing is there's the Recreational Council of St. Louis. If you order pizza from Papa John's, I'm going to put a code right here. So if you order pizza from Papa John's in the month of January and use this code, 20% of your purchase gets donated to the Recreational Council. This is a great group that does a lot of work within our communities to support our kiddos. So this is a, like you need an excuse to order pizza anyway, but this is a way to give back a little bit of your purchase price to a worthy cause. So again, I will have the code right here and in the description below. So if you order Papa John's, put that in, and 20% of your pizza will go towards the Recreational Council. Okay, that's it for the month of January. I look forward to seeing more guests and even more smiling faces and new members in February. And I just love this year is filling me up in such a fantastic way. I think we've got some great new members, and I'm really excited about the trajectory of the Parent Advisory Council. We are truly doing good work and impacting all of the children of St. Louis County in a positive way. And I can't think of anything I'd rather pour my time and energy into. So thank you for letting me lead. Thank you for watching this and hanging in until the end. And I will see everyone in February.